Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Allah Allah. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted.
Ha tabi Spectre var. Akıllı ol.
We will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Don't worry about it, Joker. Biz main quest, biz DLC quest yaptık geçen. Bakalım companionlar konu hakkında bir yorumları var mı?
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Personal crap, not interested.
Let's hear it, Lieutenant. I'm always open to my officers.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
This a personal observation, Caden?
Maybe that's not my place. I don't want to send any bad signals, Commander. Just, working on what I've picked up. You tell me if I'm going too far.
I'm listening. Tell me why you feel the need to speak up.
I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. Do you get my meaning?
You're talking about a particular example, aren't you?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes.
Yeah, we already talked about it before.
Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Arada yine bakıyorum da.
Get your knuckles wrapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father. Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why are you telling me this? Are you saying I'm cutting corners somewhere?
I'm saying it's probably inevitable that we'll have to, and when that happens, I want to help you. When someone important to you is up on a ledge, you help them, keep them from mistakes better made by a kid.
Important, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni. She seems nice enough. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
None, Commander. I prefer adventurous women.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Just trying to
I've
get
wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time
We'll
for...
talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander.
What
I
are you
spend most
talking
of my
about?
time on
You're
remote
fucking
digs,
blue.
unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered. Union with our own kind is Asari daughter. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity. She rarely spoke of her partner.
Benezia never told
Union
you?
with her own. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their
Why
union.
agree to the union?
I
if she
cannot
knew?
answer that. This is all Many Asari raise their children
I
alone.
should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
want, Shepard?
Why did you become...
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard. Shepard?
Rex?
Shepard?
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family.
You're gonna kill all of them, don't you?
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important.
Yeah, we've always... With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Next you'll tell me you all ran across green fields singing show tunes.
Don't knock show tunes. I might have to take exception. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobyl. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course, if he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, let me handle. She kept her cool. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk.
That's unbelievable. Sarah
Better.
must be...
When he swung, she helped him before they but he hung his head, whispered, and she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready.
Your sister's something else.
Dad always wanted to serve in space. I cannot rest from travel. I will... For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I didn't know you liked classical literature.
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something?
Hayda.
I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Resmen kadın şey dedi. Ayetler var, ayetler.
What's your opinion of the
Not
last
sure I'd
mission?
buy Dr. Tassoni's story about...
I think she's...
Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Is that the best way to spend your time, Chief?
I read you, Commander. I'll behave. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive. I should get back to my duty. I wouldn't mind talking more. Not sure I'd buy Dr. Tassoni... Hey, want me to ask her... Too bad those ruins got destroyed.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off.
Ew.
Most of the
That's
victims were poor.
ew.
He'd pay them each a small percentage of sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. It just use them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salian?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Yuh, ne kadar item var ya. Mouse'la inmeye çalışayım ha. Yuh. Hah, tamam. para harcadığıma değecek güzel bir item arıyorum da böyle fark yaratacak. Bu mesela. Bayağı iyidir. Tamam, daha da ne alayım zaten. Bu combat için ya, bu çok güçlü. Bunun yerine
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Starin's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
What are you hoping to find?
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything.
Where was your mother in all
Mother
this?
was around, but she passed. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on...
Sounds like a...
I mean, I know he cares about me.
I want to talk about
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Burada iniş yapmam gerekiyordu ya. Unuttum. Neyse geri gideriz. Evet, evet farkındayım. Evet, evet, evet, evet. Milletle konuşmaktan iniş yaptığımızı unuttum. Neyse bir save çakalım. Bunu alalım yanımıza. Asari'yi alalım. Evet. Gel bakalım. Sen de gel. Let's go. Böyle yurttan sesler korusu gibi bir insan, bir akvari, bir asari. Tesadüfen hepimiz de beyaz giyiniyoruz. Çok güzel. Yemin ediyorum Spice Girls gibiyiz. Silahımızı çekelim. Ya da neyse. Böyle bir şey yaşanmadı. Evet. Evet, skenet. Tamam. Karşılama komitesi bekliyor zaten. Okey.
That's far enough.
Sert yapsam mı? Çekilin lan diye.
Something wrong, officer?
You better hope there isn't.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
Who are you ya?
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Michael.
Ya ikinizin de kafasına sıkarım. Kimse bana niye sıktın diye soramaz ya. I'm outrank you lan.
They plan to be trouble, man.
I can't let you enter the port area without confirmation of your identity. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Nasıl? Sakın. Burada hepinizi yiyorum.
Would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Nobody.
We're authorized to use lethal force. You have to the
Ulan benim lethal force kullanma iznim var. Hem de herkese bu evrendeki.
Captain Matsuo, stand down.
Ne oldu? Ne oldu?
We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational.
Öyle yaparsın.
Paratini-san will meet you upstairs.
Öyle yaparsın. Öyle yaparsın. Adam olacaksın.
Get out of here.
Yürü git lan.
I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you have.
Her yere bakıyorum. Peki. Bu sahneyi daha sert yapıp herkesi öldürebiliyor muyum mesela? Hani daha sert yapabiliyor muyum yani? Hani böyle tak tak tak hepsini öldürebiliyor muyum mesela? Onu da denemek istiyorum. Hatta en böyle yavru adamları alayım şöyle. Ha. Tamam.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
That's far enough.
I'm on important business.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Don't try it.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Charge and lock!
We're authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2, 3.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity.
Parasini-san will
behave yourself.
Peki kimliğimi söylemesem? Hiç mesela kimliğimi söylemiyorum. No diyorum, o zaman sıkışıyor muyuz? Ya gameplay'de fark olacak mı onu merak ediyorum. Hani gerçekten de hani söylemiyorum lan ismimi. Tak tak silahlar konuşacak mı o noktada? Yoksa gene böyle saçımdan işte ne bileyim eşkalimden falan abi Spectre'dır tamam buna biz gene izin verelim diyecekler mi?
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
That's far enough.
I'm on important business.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
All you need to know is I have more credentials than you.
They plan to be trouble, ma'am.
I can't let you enter the port area with Sergeant Sterling. Secure their weapons.
Don't try it.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Charge and lock!
We're authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity.
You may proceed, Parasini-san will meet you
Behave
upstairs.
yourself.
Yok hiçbir şey değişmedi. Aa çok sıkıcı. Ben zannediyorum ki böyle ismimi söylemeyeceğim, hop gibi herkesi öldüreceğim, burada çıkacağım, kimse de benim Spectre olduğumu bilmeyecek. Tamam ben oyunu fazla büyütüyormuşum kafamda. O kadar da roleplay değilmiş aslında. Peki. Gerçi her tarafta scan var baksana.
Weapons detectors. Don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeas. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
Someone piss in your security chief's coffee today?
She takes her job seriously. She is a valuable asset to the company. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
Is this privacy intended to hide illegal research?
This planet is beyond the jurisdiction of the Citadel. The law is what the executive board says it is.
I am beyond
Do you know
law,
how valuable this
bitch.
planet is? How many advances in genetics and artificial intelligence got their start here? The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I'm not here to dig out any corporate secrets.
That's gratifying to hear. The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual?
Everybody.
An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Oh shit.
Benezia. She is here?
She's a dead woman. Öyle değil şimdi kızın anası hakkında da. Aynı
Can I speak
topta.
with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Good. Give us directions and we'll be on our way.
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
No, we don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're a part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Seninle konuşmamıza gerek var mı? Yok. Bir daha ötecek misin sen silahlarıma? Ötmedin, tamam. Bir kere ötüyorsun. Okey.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others,
Kim
you
bilir
are
ne deneyler
required to obey any
yapıyorsunuz burada var ya.
directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Businesswoman ha?
The managers warned us about you.
Allah Allah. For what?
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
You already
News
heard.
travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here.
Niye
This
Türkiye
one has a
tekrar
burden
tutuştu?
that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Analeus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
Bayağı şey söyleme, müdüre söyleme yoksa ona da rüşvet vermem gerekir dedi ya. Balık resmen baştan
Could I
kokarmış.
buy something now?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
Powerful. Okey, bakalım nelerin var. License olur. Unique item. Ne bu? Al bunu. Tabii, neden olmaz. Ne bu? Light Armor Human. Titan 4. Benim zırhımdan daha iyi. Hem de Light Armor. Hemen bir medium'u var. Ama zaten şu anda benim almak istediğim, yani 15K'dan ben fazla para vermek istemiyorum şu an bir ürüne. Baksana, ben mesela şunu bir alsam bütün param gidiyor. Ve elimdeki sniper rifle'dan da çok da iyi değil. 50 damage daha fazla. Değmez o paraya. Buna da değmez. Buna da değmez. Ama adam bayağı pahalı satıyor ürünleri. Kazıkçı yani adam bayağı. Titan 4 Heavy Armor. Ya İyi, hadi ver şu ikisini. Lanet olsun. Bunu da ver.
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I want to know where this package...
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
Your customer would prefer to have his package. Tell me who it's for or I walk.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute and quick to anger.
Bu isim ben nereden hatırlıyorum
Does the
ya?
other have the package?
I'm here to shop.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Non-human armors. Üff. Paralara bak. Paralara bak. Upgrade'lere bakayım
Spectre.
belki.
Have you brought?
I'm here to shop.
Of course.
Yok, bunlar hep çok pahalı şeyler. Aa, upgrade demişken. Güzel. Um,
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
Allah Allah. Management demiş ki Spectre'la konuşmayın. Kapı açılıyor mu? Açılmıyor. Adamlar bayağı kırmızı alarmı geçtiler ben binaya girdim diye ya. Var mı böyle bir şey?
Don't make us regret letting you keep those guns.
I'm on duty, Spectre. I shouldn't be talking to you.
Spectre, right?
Who's asking?
Don't worry. I'm not out to put a slug in your head. I used to be a military tech. Except for Mayuko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Analeus, and the matriarch came through.
Do you know where that
You looking
matriarch-
for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
What sort of problems are there?
15's always had a lousy reputation.
What do you do here?
Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming in.
What was that about?
Scuttlebutt says Laura Keene was on the take.
I have to go.
You need anything, I'll be here.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I'm on Citadel business. I need to leave this station.
If you want to enter the garage, you need authorization for Mr. Analeus. No exceptions. I'm sorry. Access to the garage is restricted.
I'm on Citadel business.
If you want to enter the garage...
Peki mesela bu adama desem ki gitmek istiyorum. Ne diyecek?
So what can I do for you today?
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Analeus or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm, security tracks card use.
I have to go.
You need anything?
Thanks for nothing.
I'll be here.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful one. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here is the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I have assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Who might you be?
Lorik Keen. For the moment, I am the manager of the Synthetic Insights office.
Having some trouble with your office?
Mr. Analeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeus's actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Why didn't Analeus cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion? Violence against Mr. Analeus' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
What sort of offer?
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They don't write them down on things.
Full benefits, of course.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk.
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
Mars Gene's clotting enhancement improves speed by 16%.
Ah, I see you've done some research. That's their official claim. However, we believe they cherry-picked their sample to show optimum results. The numbers we provide are strict mathematical averages. I can get you those improvements for 30K credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision, and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, and the skeleton a decade. For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you're here for business. There are many development projects on Overia, some not entirely legal.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes, some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. Your manner is rather informal for a business meeting.
Sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to hearing. What sort of offer did they make you?
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
Oh, sure. The
Bu
company
adamı
takes
sona
care of its
bırakacağım.
own, full insurance,
Çünkü
pays
skillim yetmedi resmen ya.
per year and start getting stock options.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits.
I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a corporate account.
What do you want?
I've heard Opold has something for you.
Like I care that you know? You his courier or something?
Yes, but I haven't picked up his cargo yet.
Sit down a minute. I have a business proposal. I'm paying the Hanar more than I want. I'll bet he's paying you less than you want. Sell it to me directly.
I'll consider your offer.
We'll make the right decision. You have my package?
Not yet.
Then go get it.
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I want to know where this package...
The customer is the Krogan. Now, does the other have the package?
I haven't picked it up yet.
This one implores the Spectre for haste. The customer is quick-tempered.
I'll be back later then.
What do you want?
What's that you're drinking?
Human blood with cinnamon. Find someone else to bother. What do you want?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you.
What do you want?
I've heard Opold has something.
Like I care that you know? You his courier or
Yes,
something?
but I haven't picked up his cargo yet.
I'm paying the Hanar more than I want. I'll bet he's paying you less than you want. Sell it to me directly.
Sorry. I told him I'd do this for him.
You know him so well that he's earned your loyalty. I'll be here if you change your mind. You have my package?
I was just about to drop it off.
Good. Go.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Novaria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the troopers. Do you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with synthetic consents. The manager, Laura Key.
What sort of offer did they make you?
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They don't write them down on things.
Full benefits, of course.
No, sure. The company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacation, subsidized housing.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Anlaeus.
One moment, please.
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard
Right,
is
fine,
asking-
come in.
How can I help you?
How large are the
We have 17. All employees should review their non-disclosure agreements and avoid irresponsible free talk. You have a more blunt way. A blizzard is sweeping this. Binary Helix has leased the entire complex. Over 250. The executive board gets much of their research. They attract many protests.
I hear there was an...
All employee. Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Sen racist'sın. Şimdi dosyamı okumuşsun diyeceğim. I am a spectre. I will be brief. Watch your mouth. Kafana sıkarım seni.
Funny thing about humans, we're pretty loyal to our homeworld.
My homeworld is clean. Poverty is non-existent. If you take some perverse pride in that overheated, acid-washed slum, that is your business. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians?
Lorik Keen wants me to...
Indeed. Surely you can see his story as a lie to cover his own crimes.
You have any proof of that?
I will soon enough. If you happen to recover them, I would
Opold wants
I
me
need
to
more
smuggle.
than your word to act on that. Bring me whatever he's smuggling, and I'll act accordingly. I appreciate... Good. You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
I'm here as a specter, not a human. Keep that in mind.
Believe me, that is foremost in my mind. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
I'm conducting an investigation. It's a matter of galactic security.
Yes, isn't everything? I will not allow you to harass our clients. This world is private property.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
Is Binary Helix
It's
developing...
possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
Is there some...
An area of severe weather is cut off contact. Things will return to normal in a... She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at peak 15.
What can you tell me
Large,
about...
heavy, and sealed. It passed weapon screening. Beyond that, it is not our
What do you
concern.
mean, personal
The phrase is
escort?
self-explanatory.
Commandos? Odd that you
They
should...
followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
I'd like to see her.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
What brought
If
her
I
out
knew,
here?
I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at peak 15 that required...
Back to my other question.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep her running.
Why is
I have
synthetic...
placed Laura Keene, the manager of the Hanshan office, under...
I have no more
Good.
questions.
I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Sadece denemek istiyorum. Of course.
How can I help you?
Nothing right now, thank you.
Very well.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
What are you doing in these offices?
The administrator's orders. Laura Keene is under investigation.
Ananias is paying you to shake this place down. That makes you a criminal. I can kill criminals.
You're bluffing.
How do you rate your confidence in that? 90th percentile? Is a 10% chance of death acceptable?
He ain't paying me enough to take on Spectres or Alliance troops or whatever. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Hehe boy. Bir saniye. Siz insansınız değil mi? Bir saniye. Heh, tamam zaten öyleymiş.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Uh-uh. Ananias would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
You are here off-duty breaking the law for bribe money. You expect us to feel bad for stopping you?
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk after I break your legs.
Oh, bitch, you didn't say it. Well, that was pretty neat. How many people we killed? Like, oh, okay, she's waiting there.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
I am entirely innocent. Don't be a coy.
It's probably Ananias' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
So what can I do for you today?
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be here.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Novaria Internal Affairs.
Why is an internal affairs agent here?
The executive board knows about Ananias' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
You work for Ananias. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, "This month I stole 3 million credits." Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Ananias' guilt in one package.
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Ananias' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Novaria.
The rule is, don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Ananias is driving customers away.
I need Keen's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
In the long run, it is better to remove the source of the problem.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
Keen is offering to pay me. Can you?
I can produce a copy of Ananias' pass for you. I can't move large sums of money without someone noticing.
I'll consider it and get back to you.
If you have any love for the law, you'll talk to Keen for me. Don't disappoint me. You know where I work. Come talk to me when you change your mind.
Para daha çok ilgimi çekiyor açık konuşmak gerekirse.
What sort of offer did they make?
Ama büyük bir ihtimal adamı ikna edersem daha fazla XP alırım.
Full benefits, of course.
No, I'm sure the company takes care of its own. Full insurance, pay vacation, subsidized housing. After a year, it starts getting stock options.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Not yet.
Well, there are still plenty of drinks I have not yet sampled.
I should let you go.
Let me go. Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain why so few are willing to sit and talk. Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
The job is done.
I appreciate your discretion. I hope I will never again be so careless as to find myself in these circumstances. I believe you require a garage pass. As well, I would provide a sum of 500 credits. Does that sound fair to you?
Listen, I just saved you from a nasty prison shower scene. Exercise that corporate credit account.
All you say is true. I can offer 750 credits. That's all I can move without attracting attention from the company. I have some calls to make. Starting with Mr. Analeus.
Vallahi değmedi, bir şey söyleyeyim mi? Vallahi değmedi. 250, 750 alt. Ben affedersin. En ucuz şeyimi upgrade'lerken bile şu anda 15k veriyorum. Ben yani ne ayak? Kesinlikle değmedi.
Always a pleasure, Spectre.
Testimony et
on
lan.
that matter I asked you to look into.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Analeus.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
You will be a hero. Damn right I will.
If necessary, yes. Do what I tell you to, or Analeus will find what he's looking for.
It is good to have all our cards on the table. I regret that you have a better hand. Very well, I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
25 güzel. Bu benim upgrade'lememe yetiyor mu peki? Yetiyor. Ya. Peki. Ben bunu yani bu You Gonna Be a Hero desem o bana en az 20 verse bir tane daha şey alabilir miyim? Persuasion. Çünkü o zaman belki şu adama yeter. Şu adamdan muhabbet uzatmama yeter o zaman.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that?
I finished the job.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it.
You will be a hero.
I have no interest.
Everyone on this station is chafing under Analeus' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
The board was already investigating Analeus. They're concerned about the worm in their own fruit.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need.
Yetiyor mu? Yetmiyor. Yetmiyor. Yetemiyor. Doğru save açtık. Doğru save açtık. Adamı zorla dedik. Het falan yedik. Adam şey yaptı sonra. Şimdi Journal.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies.
Sağ ol, teşekkür ederim. Sanki 5 dakika önce çalışanlardan birinin zimmetine para geçirmesinin kanıtını silmek için bir kat da olsa adam öldürmemişiz gibi bunu bana asansörde inerken söylüyorsun. Ah, ofislerde dedi. Kadın ofisi ben burada diye varsaydım. Kadın da burada görüştüm. Burada değilmiş demek ki. Ay ay ay. Neredeydi o? O parkın orası. Ee? Abi ofisler dediğin İlla Google'dan mı bakayım abi ya? Bir tane görev markası koyamıyorsunuz ya, çıldırıyorum ya. Nereden bulacağım ben şimdi NPC'yi? Kafasına göre gitti. Ha okey tamam. Söylüyormuş zaten nerede olduğunu. Lol.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
Doesn't this help you? You don't seem particularly happy.
I'm ecstatic, but right now, I just feel like a long day of work is ending. While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
Bitch.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Adamın kasası falan var mı? Patlatabiliyor muyum? Bana onu söyle. Evet. Buradan kaç para kaldırırız? Şöyle bir 10K kaldırsam beni tatmin eder açık konuşmam gerekirse. Oo 15K. Evet güzel güzel. Değdi mi? Değdi. Bence değdi. Bence bu görevi yapabileceğimiz en güzel şekilde yaptık. Hem para hem yani bunu hem kanuna hizmet ettik hem de kanuna hizmet etmeden kazanacağımız paradan çok daha fazlasını kazandık. Çok iyi yani, aşırı iyi. Şimdi burada yapacağım 2 görev kaldı galiba. Bir tane smuggling, kaçakçılık. Diğeri de bardaki adamla konuşmak.
Commander, I'm glad you stopped to talk. I wanted to tell you how unfortunate it was that Analeus Sama was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Rest assured, I bear you no ill will.
Unfortunate. He was a criminal, Captain.
The Executive Board is not concerned with galactic law, Commander. That's why this planet was settled, after all. As far as they are concerned, Analeus Sama went too far. On Noveria, you may do what you wish, so long as you do not disturb public order. I only request that you limit the number of disturbances you provoke. I would consider it a favor.
Do what you have to do, Captain. I'll do the same.
I see. That makes your position clear enough. If you will excuse me, I must file
Spectre, have you given any more I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies.
Commander, I'm glad you... I wanted to tell you how unfortunate it was that Analea Sama was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Rest assured, I bear you no ill will.
Doesn't sound like you disapprove of his actions.
The executive board... As far as... I only request that you limit the number of disturbances you provoke. I would consider it a favor.
I don't intend to make life difficult for anyone.
I appreciate that, Commander. If you will excuse me... Commander, I wanted to tell you how unfortunate it was that I only request that you limit the number of disturbances.
Do what you have to do,
If you will excuse me, I must file reports on this incident. Good day.
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I want to know where this package...
The customer is... Now, does the other have the package?
Here you are.
The Spectre... This one promised compensation for services rendered. It humbly suggests that a sum of 250 credits would be most appropriate.
You're trying to make me laugh. You think I'm here to amuse you? To make funny, sputtering noises when you offer an insult instead of a reward?
No. This one would never... This one could raise the sum to 500 credits. That is half this one's profit taken by the other. It can offer no more.
That's thoughtful of you.
This one is glad to have come to an agreement.
Show me what you're selling.
Of course.
Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Bavaria now.
You have my package?
What's it worth to you?
I'm paying the Hanar more than I want. I'll bet he's paying you less than you want. Sell it to me directly.
Interesting. But exactly how much is this worth to you?
500 credits.
If you want to see more of the package than me beating you with it, make a serious offer.
I could snap your neck before you pull a weapon. But I like your negotiation skills. Reminds me of my father. I'll give you 750.
Deal. Pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise. Now go away. The gods wonder about people who trade packages for cash. I've got no more business with you.
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I sold the package to Inamorta.
The other did what? The Spectre has betrayed this one? The Spectre has cost this one much. Perhaps more than you know. This one's livelihood depends on that income.
Find a legal way to make a living.
You have no moral high ground to... This one wishes the other to leave now.
Show me what you're selling.
Very well.
Fiyatları mı güncellemiş? Fiyatları güncellemiş gibi.
This one would prefer no further interaction.
I'm here as a customer.
Very well. This one will need the credits. Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I haven't picked it up yet.
This one implores the Spectre for haste. The customer is quick-tempered.
I'll be back later then.
This one awaits your return.
İyi oldu, iyi. Bu jöle bizden kaçakçılık yapmamızı istedi. Biz de aldık. Satıcısını ve satacak kişiyi öğrendik. Satacak kişiden daha çok paraya... Ben daha çok para aldım bu jölenin bana teklif ettiğinden. Alıcı da daha az para ödemiş oldu. Yani win-win. Onun dışında ben hala skill veremiyorum. Veremiyorum. Gitsem peki diğer yerlerde görevi yapsam sonra buraya gelsem.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.